The criteria that will apply to all and towards which everyone should try to position themselves. Why should speed of mind or the concentration ability be the criteria of success? Or who can say which are the criteria?
So the same with boys, young boys, kids that have so-called attention deficit syndrome.
Yes.
Boys with Ritalin and.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. My name is Ivanka, I'm from Bulgaria. What? Ivanka from Bulgaria. I'm a third-year student of sociology, and I also study economics. That's my second major. I guess I'm here because I wanted to say about manipulated choice. I wanted to say exactly. I wanted to mention what you said at first about media and about how pop stars can manipulate your choice, can tell you how you have to perceive your own body. They make you think in a certain direction about your body, about yourself. And the thing about this ADD syndrome, right? It's interesting because actually it's all about sending those products, those pills, those medicines. It's because the distracted attention can be the reason for the distracted attention can be like I'm in a teenage and I may be thinking about boys and I don't want to think about school. I mean the reasoning may be there are different reasons for that thing. So it's all about how the market manipulates your choice.
How a body should look, of course, with your beautiful body. And you could say, no, I'll accept myself as I am, but at the same time, we are part of the society, we want to be accepted. You cannot just neglect all these ideas. You're not just, your body is not just natural, it's also cultural. And it's also part of your identity and the way you're accepted in the society. So sometimes you have to conform in order to get accepted, even if you know that why should you do this? It's perfectly fine how you look, but you do it for other reasons, for norms and sanctions.
I'm drawing here on research that we did on the risk concept, and colleagues and I, with whom I have worked together, we are convinced that with the popularization of risk, bringing it into the general public, and the confusion between danger and risk is one of the most effective social technologies in late modernity. The confusion of risk and misunderstanding risk as something that refers to something that's dangerous. And that this has been extremely effective in self-perception in the last 20 years. Because someone who understands herself as a risky person cannot trust your own senses. Risk is a concept that makes it impossible to rely on your own senses. That your senses do not have a voice within the frame of risk talk. And I will make 3 points. First, I will argue against a misunderstanding that is that's very general, that risk is something that can actually be in a body, or in the lifestyle, or in the surrounding. Because risk, one can contend, and that would be the first thesis, that risk is no objective fact. Nothing that you can find in the real but a new form of thinking about probabilities. Yeah, a new form, a new probabilistic way of reasoning. Yeah, that comes from the insurance. That's a logic from the insurance system, and it's only very recently after 1970 or so that it actually slips under the skin of everybody. That would be the first thesis. The second thesis would be that risk talk within the frame of medicine, but this vaccination, of course, has nothing to do with medicine in the sense of classical medicine. So that risk within the frame of medicine, or medicine as an instance to bring risk consciousness into society, that this gives a new function to medicine, because medicine, by talking about risk, gives body to a statistical term, to a term that is based on statistics, gives physical substance, gives body to statistics. So that medicine has the function today to transplant probabilistic and the rules of statistical sampling into the individual personal flesh. That would be the second thesis. And the third thesis, would be that risk is a huge myth. That risk is an enormous, has an enormous myth-making power today. Because a medical risk a calculation, and then when you say risk, then you start testing to eliminate one risk factor. That risk says something to people. I have always been, just a remark, I have always been, my analysis, it has been very important for me to separate two different layers of analysis. One is the layer in which we analyze the technical efficiency of something. What does a procedure do? What does it do? So what is its technical efficiency? And another layer is that you analyze its symbolic effect. And I think that risk talk is extremely important to analyze as a late modern myth. Yes, as a term that generates a belief, a certain belief. Yes, risk thinking brings forth a new concept of the human being, that is the risky subject, a risky subject, and that is, it brings in it produces a latent, not yet sick, but almost already latently prone latently to be already sick in his own. You can't feel anything. There is no pathology you can actually verify. And in this way, as a myth-making concept, risk medicine, and medicine today is a lot of medicine today is risk.